This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are excited to be back with Ross W. Hackerson. He's the director of An Affair of the Heart, and he does coaching and therapy. And really, they all together are a collaborative group of therapists, coaches, all trained in many different approaches and styles to give you the best that you can have, right? Whether you're a family member, individual, couple. Again, their focus here is to help you all, whether it's collaboratively or singularly, to actually do amazing things. And we're going to talk retreats too. We're going to talk more about him, and also for today, we're going to dive into negative patterns of behavior, which we all have, right? So listen up for this. But first, I want Ross to introduce himself. Say hello to your fans out there today, darling.
Hi, guys. Thanks, Jill. I'm happy to be here, and I'm hopefully there are a lot of you listening, and you have some great questions that I hope we can answer. Anytime you do have questions, by the way, whether you're looking for business or not, if you have questions, just call me. I really like to talk to people. So that's no problem. And we'll put the number out there at the end. Yes. Thanks, Jill. That was we are a collaborative group, family therapists, a psychologist. I'm a life coach, and we from families, couples, individuals, addictions, relationship problems. And to tell the truth, we've been doing it a long time between all of us. So we have a lot of experience, and we're constantly growing. So thank you.
Beautiful. Well, excited you're here. And I got to just bring up those beautiful suspenders. Can you tell me the story behind them? Because I did notice them last time. They are tape measurers, right? Tell me about these.
Yeah, they're 2-inch wide. And when I first got them, my daughter gave them to me, and I went, would I ever really wear those? But they're bright yellow, as you can see. I know our listeners can't, but they're bright yellow. They're tape measures. And she said, Dad, I know you'll always measure up. You always have. I mean, how can a guy miss when he has daughters that say things like that? But I started wearing them, and I have gotten so many compliments that this is the third pair.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I keep telling her they're better and better.
Oh, well, yeah, you measure up perfectly, amazingly. So let's dive into how negative patterns of behavior like addictions, codependent, people pleasing, a lot of things that we do, even including eating disorders, right? How we are, trapped in society, and how we can get attached to those positive feelings about the self that we're seeking to experience. So could you talk a little bit about what we're going to discuss today?
Sure. What happens is, when bad things happen, and bad things happen to all of us, we tend to want to avoid those situations. We want to avoid the bad feelings that come up, and we want to find some good feelings. So what happens is, quite often our avoidance behaviors, which means we start not doing things, lead us into patterns of behavior that we don't want to do, because we're looking for good feelings, and they get connected. I think the hard part is, and it's difficult to even articulate it simply, but bad behaviors and feelings that come with them can literally get connected to positive feelings. So let me give you an example. Give you an example, Jill. Suppose you're getting a cookie without permission. You're a kid now. You're getting a cookie without permission. And a parent comes along and says, no. You can't get in that cookie jar.
No.
I'm the boss here. And you can't do that. It's a pretty straightforward situation. I think it's happened to all of us. It happened to me a few times. And what happens is, now you're the child. What are you experiencing? You're actually experiencing some bad feelings, right?
Yeah.
You don't get any choices. You don't have any power and control. And you still want a cookie.
Yeah.
So you're now needy for something. You're needy for some sense of personal control in your life.
Yeah.
That seems pretty subtle, right? So I'm going to continue with that. So now you're experiencing that negative feeling. Oh, I'm powerless. Jill, I know kids don't sit down and think I'm powerless, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we have a bad feeling. Um, and also kids don't say, okay, I'm needy for a positive feeling. They just want to feel better, right? Um, and usually, say, go back to the cookie jar, the kid wanting to feel like I have some power and control in my own life. So now you're experiencing a bad feeling. I'm powerless. I'm in control. I'm the boss of me. And then what happens is you still want a cookie. And what do? You start sneaking them, right? Um, and binge eating sneaky snacks, right?
Yep.
Binge eating or sneaky snack behavior, you literally feel two things. You- You're a bad person now. It's shame. I mean, you're sneaky. This is
Yeah.
not right. But at the same time, you feel I took control of my behavior. I can have what I want. Again, literally thinking that because as a child, who would? Um, that good feeling that's tied into all. Is this clicking? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm looking for feedback there. It's like,
Oh
what
no,
happens?
go ahead. I'm
What I
listening.
know, what I know is I see this happen. So the person is conscious of it. They have connected binge eating, things like that, powerful and positive, and I'm the boss of me.
Been there. I can totally relate. I think there's so many people out there who can empathize with these negative behavior patterns, even with relationships, with I can relate to as well.
Oh yes. So Joe, let's not go there today because that one's a
Okay, okay, just making sure.
that's that's what we call codependence. That I say that, then I go there anyway. Isn't that what codependence or people pleasing is about? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, here's this person that mistreats me. Everybody says I should leave, and
yeah.
I can't because unconsciously underneath, I get a good feeling when I'm with this person.
Hmm.
Jill, I'm going to detour right off my thinking. This is not unusual.
Okay.
The first time this happened, um, a young woman came into my office, and she had a very abusive boyfriend. She was raised in a very abusive, and everyone said to her, "He's bad. He's bad for you." And I can't leave him. And of course, like I know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Oh, so I say, okay, tell me the most powerful, positive emotional experience. She goes, "Oh, Ross, it was our third date."
Oh,
Jill, you're sort of bouncing.
yeah.
You know where I'm going. So their third date, they went out to a movie, this place, to watch a movie. Now, she was raised in an abusive home. She was beat up. She literally was. Um, yes, she literally. I was going to go off, and they're watching this movie in which is getting beat up in a bad.
Oh gosh.
And she starts crying because it takes her right back into her history. He stops the movie. He wraps her in his arms and says, "Honey, as long as you're with me, that'll never happen to you." Now, Jill, I'm just going to sort of ask, what do you think her inner feeling was at that moment?
Oh my God, this man's my hero.
Absolutely. This
He's the
man's my
one. He's
right.
amazing. He's going to be amazing and treat me amazing.
Now, that's her feeling about him. What do you think her feeling about herself is? That he would literally say this to her, wrap her in his arms, and say to her, if you're with me, that won't happen. What does she experience? What positive feeling does she feel about herself?
Great, like right, like positive feelings about herself. Like, wow, maybe I am worth it. Maybe someone will love me. Those type of
Jill,
things.
you nailed it. I'm
Okay.
worthy. I'm lovable.
Uh-huh.
I'm safe.
Yeah.
In one incident, she has experienced every one of those feelings. I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm safe. And who are they attached to? They're attached to him.
Him.
So now when she's with him, she feels those feelings. Interesting. Just that, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that look, Jill. You're questioning, right? Yes, ask me that question.
But is this for real, or is this guy scamming her?
Well, he's scamming her, Jill. Is he scamming
Predator.
her on purpose?
Maybe, maybe not. I
But
don't know. I can't
yeah,
say.
that's exactly right. What we do know is she has now become bonded to him in what we call in psychology one trial learning. He wrapped her up, said, "You'll be safe. It'll never happen to you." And she, on an unconscious level, connected with that. Now, this is a person who needed these feelings as she grew up in an abusive home. Now, he scammed her, I say, because he does turn into a guy who's abusive.
Mm,
He does. And that's why everyone wants her to leave. But, and by the way, Jill, when she's with him and he beats her up or is mean to her, she feels those same bad feelings.
mm-hmm.
But what's on the down low? What is the feeling that she's experienced underneath that? And you nailed it before. I'm lovable. No one's
Yeah.
ever said she is lovable.
Yeah.
And she has that false, I'm safe. All right. I didn't really, I guess that was a good example. I really wasn't going to go there, but that is what you said in relationship. Is that not, that's a pretty extreme example. I'm sorry.
No, it's
But that
okay.
is an experience, that is an example of codependence in which the person is attached to somebody who's abusive and can't leave. And underneath that, really they're connected to these positive self-affirming feelings like I'm safe, I'm lovable, I'm worthy. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, Jill, I'm gonna ask, so what's going through your mind when you even think about that?
I just feel like, this is so typical. You hear this story time and time again, at least I have, with friends, with family, and how you let someone in or try to, and you feel like, wow, this is going to be it. And then you get disappointed again because sometimes those patterns start repeating. And where does that leave you? Feeling more worthless, feeling more ashamed, feeling more untrustworthy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've come to sort of what's key in this is, as you said, it repeats and the person feels bad in the process. And like this young woman, bad in the relationship. And it keeps piling up. I'm bad, I'm unworthy. There's more shame. Now I'm stuck in this behavior. I put up with it. And the question really comes down to whatever would keep that person there.
Yeah.
And the answer is pretty straightforward. It's the same, it's straightforward across addictions, relationship, is that underneath, even though she's feeling the bad feelings, underneath in her body mind, she's experiencing the lovable good feeling.
Yeah.
That's and I use an extreme example, right? So it happens over and over. I see it a lot. Um, you know what? I had intended to go in this direction today.
Okay.
Um, so I actually brought a script.
Perfect.
I don't know the script. How does one read a script in a podcast? But I'll try
Easy, easy. Don't
before I
worry.
even
We
get there.
got this. We got this.
Whoops, you
You
froze.
look down, you read it. But I know you
Okay.
say someone tells you, no, no, you can't get that cookie jar. I just love this whole analogy today. You look down, you look at your script. It's fine because stuck in
Thanks,
negative
Jill.
habitual patterns, seeking a positive feeling, it's happening to so many people. So
All right.
continue. Go ahead.
So a couple of things I want to point out before we even go there, right? Um, Jill, how do you know if what you're doing is good for you?
It makes you feel good. I mean, at the moment, right? You
Oh,
don't know if you're making the right choice, though. Yes, yes.
That's
Yes.
exactly that's exactly right. How do you know if what you're doing is not good for you and is bad?
Yeah. You-
You have a feeling about it, right?
yeah. Usually.
Like you said, I mean, I'm not talking to the ignorant here. You really are good with this. You got it. You have a feeling about it, right?
hmm
If it's good for you, you have a positive feeling.
Yeah. So you say
Bad feeling?
addictions can be about seeking good feelings, but that still seems a little counterintuitive. How does it work?
Now you're at now right. Got your hook. Works is this. We all want to feel good, right? Um, we all want to feel good physically about ourselves.
Yeah.
And the way we know whether or not we're doing good is we have a feeling about
Yeah.
sick and ill, you have a bad feeling. If you're not sick and ill, if mentally, physically, emotionally feeling, then you're doing the right thing. If you have a bad feeling, you're doing the wrong thing. Process, Jill, they're pretty powerful things, right? The positive, oh, no, slow down, Ross. Boy,
It's okay.
Jill, thank you.
It's okay. It's
What
okay.
happens?
Take your time.
These patterns of behavior, actual behaviors get attached or negative feelings, right? Um, how I person, what do? You feel good.
hmm
You have person and you feel good. How about you smell your favorite meat? You feel
Mm,
good.
I feel good.
You eat your favorite snack and you or maybe bad, depending on whether you're supposed to be eating that snack, right?
True, true. Yeah.
So we send I'm we center feelings, and bad feelings seem to come with negative patterns. They come with it. Have to become attached on the side.
Okay.
Um, let me go on with this. I'm trying to get back to my yeah,
Go
script.
ahead. Go ahead.
With-
You're breaking up a little bit, sweetheart. I know you said back to the script, but you are freezing too, so I'm not sure if we have a connection issue.
Okay,
But go
you
ahead.
know,
I'm here.
technology,
I
technology is super
know.
good. Hey, okay, this is I have full permission to talk about um because it really is a script of a session.
Yep.
It's pretty strong, and yet I think it's powerful. So
Perfect.
the young man's name is Ed,
Mm-hmm.
but Ed comes in with a coffee addiction. Now I've seen him. This is back when I was actually seeing people by the hour and not uh, intensives. But Ed comes in. He just comes in one day and he just blurts it out. He says, "This addiction I have to coffee is driving me crazy.
Oh my
I can
gosh.
remember drinking 26 cups a day when I first went into business." And I'm going, yeah. Tell me about that. He says, "I had a coffee maker in the office, but
Uh-huh.
now I can't even drive across." Now this is him continuing.
Oh my
He says,
gosh.
I can't even drive across town without stopping for, and it's an addiction." I looked at him and I said, "Okay, what happened that made you so upset about it today?" Right? As yesterday, I had to go to an all-day meeting on the other side of town.
Okay.
As I left my driveway, I was thinking, where am I going to stop and get a cup of? It's about 30 minutes drive.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I stopped at a favorite place. It was probably only, but I stopped there. I took the detour and went there. I went in, got the coffee, drove to the meeting. Ross, I
Ah,
took one
yeah.
sip out of that in the car when I went into the meeting.
Mm.
Of course, there was coffee at the meeting. I could have coffee there. I went out of the way to get it. I didn't even drink. It's upsetting me. I'm a coffee addict.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
And he just kept right on. I mean, he was on fire. There you go. I, Bakersfield, without stopping at one of my two favorite coffee to get a cup for the road, even if I had to go out of the way to get there.
Yeah.
That does sound a bit like an addiction, doesn't it?
Sure does.
I,
Absolutely.
my smart he says it drives me crazy. I'm a coffee addict. And I said, no argument for me. Smart Alec Ross, right? Tell me a little coffee over the course of your life. Oh, yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
says, over my life. Well, I grew up in a large family. So did my parents. I can remember the first and last thing the family did was sit down and have a cup of coffee. Someone would come to visit. It was like, oh, hi, come in. Let's have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And everyone would sit down and talk. I remember my mom and dad sitting and talking, having a cup of coffee while us kids had breakfast. Same thing before bed. It was good. It was all coffee everywhere. I said to him, as Ross, and you noticed it was a problem when you lived in San Diego? Not really. He said, always the same pattern. Not particularly. I like coffee. It's the hold on me that I don't like.
Really?
So I asked him, tell me more about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about the pattern. What do you feel? What do you think? Right? We're cooking. So
Yeah.
Ed says, well,
Totally.
I think the pattern, I don't like I don't like having to have coffee when I'm going somewhere like to a meeting or a conference. I think about it, I want it, and then really I don't drink it. It's not drinking the coffee, it's having the coffee.
Yep.
Okay. Ross says, okay, let's go to the coffee you got yesterday before the meeting. Tell me the pattern. Ed, as soon as I drive away from home, I'm thinking two things: where to get the coffee on the way, and who's going to be at the meeting, how I'll interact and get along. There are
Yeah.
some good business contacts at these meetings,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to get the coffee.
Yep.
I know there'll be coffee at the meeting, but I want to stop and get one on the way. So I detour to a good place, stand in line, get the coffee, and drive to the meeting. Ross, I only took one sip.
Mm.
Me. So tell me the moment of most intensity. Tell me the most intensity in this whole scenario. When do you feel that psycho-emotional, physical intensity?
The whole time being tempted by coffee being easily
Obviously,
available everywhere we go.
obviously, he's wound up the whole time, right? But
Yeah.
he says, Ross, I never thought about it that way. The most intensity of the whole thing was either when I was standing in line or when I got back to the car with the cup in my hand. And I just said, okay, let's go for both. Tell me about being in line. Ed says, I don't know why I said standing in line, because that's not it, really. Standing in line, I was just impatient, eager to get to the counter.
Yep.
Okay, impatient, get to the counter. What happens then? And listen to this one. Jill, he says, oh, the intensity is when I get to the head of the line. The barista
Mm-hmm.
looks at me and says, what can I get for you, sir? Oh, yes, sir. How do you want that, sir? Like, like I'm the most important person in the world.
Yeah.
And when I tell him, he asks for my name and says where to pick it up. And I'm me, right? Smart Alec Ross. Yeah, that sounds exciting already. And Ed, you're really important there, aren't you? And he says, well, I think the pattern I don't like. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong page. Sorry, reading my.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, he says, there's more, Ross. There's more. When I pick it up, another barista says, Ed, here's your coffee, just the way you like it, sir. I really like that. It's good. I'm the
Yeah.
man.
Darn right.
Are
Yeah.
we, are we doing okay on time?
Yeah, we're good. Go for it. We got more time. Go for it.
All right, so here he is. He's now come down to, wow, I really like it. I'm the man. It feels really good, right? Um, I say you're important. You're the man. That sounds like a pretty good feeling attached to getting the coffee. Is this clicking for you? I mean, I'm stopping to talk to you for a second, Joe.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
My question is now in my mind as a therapist, as a coach, I'm going, where did that come from? Where does he need to feel like the man?
Yeah.
So I'm already thinking about that. But what I said was, you're the man. That sounds like a pretty good feeling. He says, yeah, sounds like I'm addicted to buying coffee, not drinking it. Or
Wow.
maybe both. Right. And he sort of laughed and he sat there for a second and he said, it's not so much I'm important, although I like that.
But yeah, of
It's more
course.
the idea that I'm the man.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that one takes me back in history. Now I want to stop for just a second. This is fairly typical. When we get to the good feeling, the person knows specifically what it was. Like I said, it sounds like you're important. He said, yeah, that's nice. I like being important, but that's not it. The feeling that I really like is I'm the man,
Mm.
right? So I said, okay, tell me how that worked. By the way, he did say, I'm going back, he did say, I'm the man that takes me back in history. So I know
Wow.
it clicked with something in his
Yeah.
childhood. So I said, tell me about coffee and your history. And he goes, not the coffee so much, more the idea that I'm the man. Is this not interesting? I can,
Man, yeah.
I can remember
Oh my
I could
gosh.
remember
Yeah.
my dad saying that to me, right? He said, my dad traveled for business. He would be gone for weeks at a time. I
Mm.
can remember him saying to me when he was leaving, you're the man of the house now. It's your job to take care of things. I can remember him saying that to me from when I was 2 years old into the seventh grade.
Oh my
You're the man of the
goodness.
house. Take care of things. And I
Wow.
really wanted to be close to him. So, and him saying, I remember him and mom, first and last thing, having coffee. Wow.
Oh, there you
And
go.
he said that's when we were all close, sitting at the table, and I was included. Now, as I'm reading my script, when I was going to read it, picking this up, I thought I missed that one. He said I was included,
Yeah.
which means
Ah,
there's a feeling of inclusion also that goes with this, not just I'm the man. Is that clicking for you, Joe?
totally is. Yeah.
Okay. So I said something is clicking. I'm the man, and it shows up when you order the coffee. What can I get for you, sir? Here you are, sir, just the way you like it. We don't have to dig much deeper on that one. The whole pattern of behavior is connected to that feeling. I'm the man. Interesting, right? Now, this is a pretty straightforward, simple one, right? And he goes, yeah, every time I'm somewhere or have a purpose and have to do something, anytime I'm having the I'm the man feeling is good for me. And boy, it just tied it all together so well, right? He's on his way to a meeting with business people where he's
Hmm.
going to make contact. He needs to feel like the man.
Sure does.
Clicking, clicking. Um, so he says, even though I'm always impatient and hassling myself about being compulsive about buying the coffee,
Yeah.
it's really that I'm the man that I like. Now,
Ah.
what I'm still working on I'm still doing coaching here.
Yes, of
And I
course.
said, we could build this out some more if you want. Um, but for the purpose of disconnecting the link, see, we have to disconnect this link between buying the coffee, drinking the coffee, not even drinking, having the coffee and being the man. Then he can be the man without having to have coffee, and he can
Yeah.
have coffee without having to be a man, right?
Amazing, right?
I said, Jill, I really do think so. I said, well, let's go for the next step is not the intensity, but the kapow.
Yeah.
When do you get that moment of, I did the right thing buying the coffee, right? That feeling that tells you, yes, I did the right thing here. He looks at me and he says, Ross, that was when I got in my car. I put the coffee cup in the holder and I said, yeah, now I'm good.
Ah, wow.
That's what I say, Jill. Oh, wow.
This
Is
is
it
great.
clicking through your mind there?
It is. It is.
Anything standing out? What?
No, it's making me realize a lot of things that I'm thinking personal stuff that it's connected to, like the coffee addiction, like the other addictions I have. I mean, not as severe with the coffee, but you always look back to where this all originated from, it started from, and how these things are so wow. But we could be deprogrammed, right? We could fix this all, which of course I want to get into as well. But now we are out of time. We got 1 minute left. So, but the point is,
Okay.
you could help these,
Well,
right?
say it again, Jill.
You could help us get over these things and
Oh,
fix these
absolutely.
things. That's the point.
Yes. One of the things we specialize in is breaking that link.
Yeah.
because that's all it is. It's a connection. And think about that. Why coffee is interesting, but think about iPhones and think about relationships. You nailed that one starting earlier. It's so exciting to know that we can actually make a difference when we think this way, which is a little bit different thinking
Yeah.
than you usually get about addictions. I know we're about out. I could, Jill, I could rattle on, but I want to emphasize, we do think differently this way. We think these connections,
Yeah.
which is a little bit different than traditional therapy thinks.
Got it. Yeah.
What I would like to do is get in further into this in our next podcast.
Perfect.
As we go
Thank
in, just
you.
what's sort of the theory underneath all this? You bet. You bet.
Absolutely. Well, how can we reach out to you now? Tell us that phone number.
Oh my gosh. You can call me at 413-210-3739. That's Ross Hackerson, 413-210-3739.
Perfect.
You can go to the website, anaffairoftheheart.us. That's an affairoftheheart.us.
All right. Thanks again,
yeah, I
Ross,
like
for
that.
being here. I appreciate that. You have a fantastic day. Pleasure having you here. Looking forward to next time. And again, love the suspenders. Tell your daughter, great job. Love the look, Ross. Seriously. Thank you so much. You do measure up, and we all do. You're going to help us with that self-confidence building. Absolutely. Thank you again, hon. Bye-bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.